Alright, let's look at the practice exam 2, problem number 4. Alright, so we need to use the definition of derivative to find the derivative of f of x equals square root of x plus 5. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so following the definition, so f prime of x is equal to limit as h approaches 0. Right, so using the function notation, let's simplify that. So you have f of x plus h. So every time you see x in the formula, we're going to put x plus h instead. Right, so you have x there, so you're going to have square root of x, which is x plus h. Then you still have plus 5 there. Minus f of x is the original function, so I'm just going to copy the function, square root of x plus 5, right? Then divide by h. Alright, then as you can see, if you plug in h equals 0, you can see that the denominator approaches 0. And here h goes to 0, you have a square root of x plus 5 minus square root of x plus 5. So which means that the numerator approaches 0. Right? So whenever you have 0 over 0, then we cannot make a conclusion from there. So we have to do a little bit of work. Right? So whenever you have difference of square root, the typical trick is to multiply top and bottom with almost the same thing, but except for the sign. So square root of x plus h plus 5 and plus square root of x plus 5. And you do the same thing to the bottom. So you have a square root of x plus h plus 5 plus square root of x plus 5. Right? So we are using this trick. Remember, if you have, whenever you do a minus b times a plus b, then this is going to be a squared minus b squared. So we get to square a and b, which is very convenient when it comes to getting rid of square root. Right? So this is going to be, so let's multiply it out. So you have a limit as h approaches 0. Right? So on top you have this a minus b times a plus b form. So a squared, the square root is gone. So you have x plus h plus 5. So that would be a squared minus b squared. So square root is gone, so we have x plus 5. Right? And on the bottom, there's nothing really clever we can do, so I'm going to just write them down. So h times square root of x plus h plus 5 plus square root of x plus 5. Right? Then do a little bit of cleanup. So you have x minus x cancel out, and 5 minus 5 cancel out. Then what's left is just h on top. Right? So we can actually cancel. There's a h on the bottom too, so you can cancel that. Then you're going to get 1. Right? Then also we know that h is approaching 0, so this guy essentially disappears. Right? So what's left is 1 on top, and you have square root of x plus 5 and plus another square root of x plus 5. So it's a 2 times square root of x plus 5. Right? So that's the derivative of f of x. Right? That's it. I hope that this was clear.